Since Hulk is notorious for his unpredictable temper, he should stay far away from the latest game bearing his likeness. It can be fun to turn off your brain for a few hours and let loose some unrepentant chaos in New York City, but if you start to actually think about what's going on, you'll be disappointed by how incomplete Hulk feels. Glitchy graphics and repetitive missions drag the Incredible Hulk into the mediocre pool where most licensed games go to drown. The one thing the game gets right is making you feel like you're Hulk. Whether you're scooping up panicked pedestrians and tossing them into a row of taxis, or turning famous landmarks into rubble, being the world's biggest jerk can provide a few hours of entertainment. Even getting around the city feels like you're a 1,000-pound monster without a conscience. Jumping from rooftop to rooftop is the preferred method, but you can also sprint down streets wrecking everything in your path. You can also climb buildings by putting your hands through the walls and hoisting yourself up, a move straight out of the comics. Everything else is pretty bad. The graphics have a lot of problems. The draw distance doesn't extend very far, casting a blue shadow across buildings in the near distance. You'll constantly notice objects you throw, or even Hulk's arms, clipping right through buildings and enemies. And the frame rate bogs down whenever you're doing something cool. And don't get me started on the cutscenes. Since when does Edward Norton look like Eric Stoltz from Mask? The missions are also pretty tiresome. You'll spend half your time being a bodyguard for one of your needy friends. The boss fights are anticlimactic at best. You can only hurt the later villains with a specific charged up attack, which makes the fights tedious. Bosses are immune to being hit by a tanker truck, but your fist somehow does plenty of damage. I don't want to call a comic book game unrealistic, but the Incredible Hulk just breaks its own rules far too often. Hulk isn't a bad game simply because wreaking havoc is always fun. Aside from the basic concept though, Hulk feels like it was rushed out the door long before it was finished. Don't expect more than an hour or two of entertainment before the excessive problems weigh you down.